NAST Studios now has opportunities for artists to showcase their art on the wall behind me, which will be seen during recordings of the NAST podcast. The current artist being featured is previous podcast guest, Nino Uniardi. The piece to my right is titled Whipping Cream and Jelly, and the piece to the left is titled Grilled Spinach with Lemon Drops. Both of these uniquely titled pieces are available for purchase. Please email info@nastpodcast.com to learn more about the current artwork and if you're interested in having your art featured in the studio. Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. Today I'm with a Chicago artist named Vic Spencer. I've known about his music for a while. He's also a frequent collaborator of previous guest MC Tree, and also in the comments people were so excited about the MC Tree interview that they wanted to see you on the show next. So here we are. And I thought you've done quite a few interviews, and I feel like a lot of people, talk about the different connections you made throughout the industry. But I think what would be a cool take to talk to you about is, right now it's graduation season, whether you're in high school or college. And from my understanding, you're a youth advocate. So I'd like to start there if you're interested.
When I was living in the group home, at one point, I went on this Bulls game. I was a volunteer at this Boys and Girls Club on the north side, and I took some young kids, like third graders, to a Bulls game. And right from that moment, I was like, yeah, I feel like this could be something that I could see myself doing, because I know what like real connections look like. So I wanted to follow that suit. What a lot of people was giving to me, gave me a safety net. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to follow the suit, and I was doing like outside odd jobs before that, like telemarketing and working for like little newspaper spots and stuff like that. And I was like, nah, that wasn't my wave. So I just found, working with kids was something that I'll be able to do, because I watched it happen to me. I know how like older people felt when they was able to like get through a kid, or through me. You know what I'm saying? When an older person helped me, how they felt. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to feel like that. So that's why I ended up getting to the advocacy work.
How old were you when you joined a group home? Was that like all you knew in your childhood, or were you like
No, it was like all my high school years. It was like 95
Okay.
95 to 99. That's when I was in there.
Got it. And I think I saw an interview where you supposedly started making music around like 1994, though, correct?
Yeah, I was recording like just like on my cassettes. Like that's what I'm going through right now, trying to, get all of the good stuff that was on the cassettes. I was recording myself on cassettes at that time, but I didn't start professionally rapping till about 90. I ain't gonna say 99. I would say 2000. I say 2000, 2001, when the group home that I lived in actually gave me a record deal. You know what I'm saying? I signed a record contract through this group home, and that was my first real professional rapping. You know what I'm saying? Like on a professional level. You know what I'm saying? The first album was made through disc makers. I had to learn about ASCAP, BMI, all of that at that time. So it was like, yeah, that was like my professional start, is when the group home gave me an opportunity to perform at different group homes all across the country, and different conferences and forums. Like I was going all over the place, just performing at like DCFS meetings, and we'd be like the performing the entertainment piece. You know what I'm saying? We'd be selling our CDs for like a dub. At that time, that was high. In the 2000s, you bet paying $20 for a CD was kind of crazy. So we was making money. We was young, and I had an opportunity, and I took advantage of it. So that was my first taste of like being in the studio, being in the booth. You know what I'm saying, comfortably. And then after that, I think we aged out of doing that. So once we aged out, I started doing my own thing. Started going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Once I found like a engineer, it took a while for me to find like the perfect engineer that know my sound. So I was like a gypsy running around different studios. You know what I'm saying? So once I found my engineer, it's like I found my barber, man. You only let one person cut your hair, only let one person engineer you. Once that happened, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? It's been like that ever since.
This youth house had like they had like a recording studio and stuff, and they had a whole program towards
Nah,
recording, or you were the first person that they decided to like make this happen for?
no, they didn't have a recording studio. They just partnered with this recording studio out in Joliet, and they paid them for us to go through there and create an album at our pace. You know what I'm saying? They just paid for the whole studio session, and it was like real professional, like over professional. I've never seen like a studio in a house that was that perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like it was in the crib, and it was in the base. It was the whole basement. They had a band room. Like that was the first studio I seen that had a band room and all of that. Like it was real serious, real state of the art. And yeah, that was like my first taste of like being behind professional equipment and stuff like that.
So is that how the group home got through you? You'd say then, because you were saying at the very
Yeah, I
beginning
mean,
you're.
yeah, I would say, yeah. I mean, I feel like the group home kind of like collaborated with me.
Mhm.
They knew that I was a sharp kid. They just didn't know, how to guide me. I wanted to be a basketball player. You know what I'm saying? But then
Okay,
when I
yeah,
was
yeah,
showing like mad interest in the rap shit, you know what I'm saying? That's when they start pouring more into me. I was already like, very successful older guy at the time when the group home decided to hand me this hand me this opportunity. So it was just like, yeah, we're gonna enhance what Vic is doing already in his room. I was doing that while I was living in the group home. I was recording the tapes. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So they saw that and they just was like, all right, you know what I'm saying? This dude could take this serious if we could get him to rap about his life. So that's what that's what we was doing. We was rapping about our lives. You know what I'm saying? That's how we end up traveling around the country at different group homes and stuff and performing in front of like just to give like the kids hope. They knew that we was the guys that could do it. Like we were already leaders. We were already like older. We were already like somebody that kids that was in the group home could look up to. And it was like really like a fan base behind that. Like we was like real famous behind like in the group home world. Like if DCFS,
yeah,
Department of Children and Family Services had like a planet, we were like real famous in that field. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it was crazy to see that. Like I got fans that live in the group home. They ain't even thinking about they live like this is a real life situation. You know what I'm saying? Like they ain't thinking about their lives. They just looking at it like I could do it too. You know what I'm saying? And that's that's the biggest reward they probably saw as opposed to like they got to me. I don't think they had a moment where they got to me. They just looked at it like, okay, this kid knows how to take advantage of opportunities. So they just
yeah.
embarked on that. So I just, you know what I'm saying, ran with all of the punches, you know what I'm saying? That's how
Did you
I
have to
came out to be good.
did you have to make like censored music or anything though for
Hell
these
yeah.
kids?
Hell yeah, I had to. Like the whole time it was no cussing. You know what I'm saying? But that's why if you listen to my album Psychological Cheat Sheet, that's like the vulgar version of those albums that I did with the group Ulick Voices. That's who I'm talking about. This is a
Mhm.
group based out of a group home called Ulick's Children's Advantage Network. So you know what I'm saying? They gave us the opportunity. So, I couldn't cuss and all of that in there. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I had to deal with that. But it challenged me to make, professional music, you know what I'm saying? And take it
Mhm.
serious in that light. But now I replaced that with this psychological cheat sheet series. That's what I really wanted to say on those albums. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a
For
real
sure.
explicit version of that. You know what I'm saying? To fill that void.
Yeah, I read that somewhere. So Ulick was like your first that was your first group, and that's how you kinda got your
Yeah, Ulick
start a little bit.
Voices,
Got it.
yes.
Got it. And are you still, like, associated with those guys at all, or
Yeah,
what happened
absolutely.
there?
Yeah,
Alright, cool.
absolutely. Our manager, role manager, like you know what I'm saying. we like best of friends. Like we godparents to each other kids. So you know what I'm saying? Like
Dang.
he was a rapper in the group and he was our role manager, our manager, you know what I'm saying? Like the guy that kind of like oversaw the whole shit, you know what I'm saying? He was, you know what I'm saying? He the man. He was the man. So, you know what I'm saying? So
Nice.
he got us a lot of venues, a lot of places that was we performed at UConn. Like, you know what I'm saying? We it was a whole like group, it was a whole like foster parent conference that was held at the University of Connecticut, and we was in there as the entertainment piece, and that was huge. It was thousands of people there. Like it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it was a huge advantage. It was a huge opportunity. I took advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? Until I aged out.
Do you feel like you were able to make other connections outside of the group home when it came to your music though during that time, or did you feel like you aged out and then you had to find a whole new different community to connect
Yeah, I had
with?
to find a whole different because the music that it was a guy in the group that was doing music, you know what I'm saying? And my music, my line of music didn't fit his music, you know what I'm saying? Like I
Mhm.
was doing real street grimy music after that, you know what I'm saying? So his beats didn't fit that criteria. So I just was like I was out in the world feeling like a gypsy, like I said, fishing with different engineers, different producers, until I was able to sit down with one engineer and producer, and he been my engineer and producer for 15 years. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
my
So
gosh.
yeah, so it's just like once I found my engineer, Dr. Mindbender, it was a wrap. You know what I'm saying? We've been rocking for a real long time.
So with that, like you've definitely worked with so many different types of artists at this point. Is that just from like doing you said like being like a gypsy and like running into different people, or was there like a
Yeah, I took
mindset
that
when you
attribute. Yeah, absolutely. I
Mhm.
think I took that attribute along with me. You know what I'm saying? Because I
Mhm.
like to unify and bring like different entities together. Like that's my thing. That's my forte. Like if you got the mirror reflection that I got, you know what I'm saying, as far as work, as far as that ethic, then yeah, it's gonna the work gonna show, the work gonna do what it need to do. And I think that if I work with more people that's alike, more I'm a gravitate to more people. You know what I'm saying? Some of my homies they be trolling me about like, yeah, why I be around so many people, but that's the reason why. You know what I'm saying? Because I I be seeing mirror reflection. I be seeing different things and different people. So I just, you know what I'm saying, try to utilize that and bring them into my world. That's my job as an artist anyway, is to bring
Mhm.
people in my world. Why not introduce you to a new artist that's raw as hell or a new producer that's cold as hell? That says a lot about who I am as an individual. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day.
So how do you find these people though nowadays? Is it like just through the internet, or do they come to you at this point? Or like
A
how
little bit of both. A little bit of both
got it.
all over. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm still a music head, so I still be listening to like different artists or different shit from all over the world. You know what I'm saying? I'm still a like, and then I go look them up, and I turn to find out they following me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Yeah.
it's like a crazy. It's like crazy with how music works. You know what I'm saying? So it's just be beautiful, man. I be listening to all type of different shit. I'm just a different type of person when it comes to like listening to music. Like I can't listen to one thing. I don't really even listen to rap when I'm ready to write some bars. I be
Mhm.
listening to motherfuckers like Dwelle and Eric Rico and Eric Roberson, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'll be listening to big like R&B that don't nobody even ain't even in touch with. You know what I'm saying? That's how I come. That's how I'm just an all around music head. So a lot of it come to me. A lot of it I look it up. Like all around sport. Like it's not. It's just like I'm just a hype for music. I guess, man, for real.
I don't know if I would say it's as common now, but definitely in your earlier music, you were definitely like someone who would rap about being the underdog. Do you still feel like you're someone that's an underdog or underrated, or how do you
No,
feel like you fit into
no. I
the
mean,
industry now?
I still feel like I don't feel like I'm slept on. I just feel like
Mm.
people done said a lot of bad shit about me before, and they can't say good shit about me because they done said bad shit about me. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? I defeated them. they not gonna come out. They're gonna
Oh,
swallow their pride and come out and say Vic was right. You know what I'm saying? Or Vic is still here. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I've been in the game for a long time to not look like I'm being slept on, but to look at like I might have said something bad about him, and I don't want nobody else to see me say something good about him. That I, you know what I'm saying? Like people don't be having no real reason to not fuck with me.
when I was doing research on you, I discovered your, like, beef with, Mick Jenkins that happened, like, a while ago. I was like, I was not expecting to find that.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah, that Mick, yeah, I've always expected to ask about Mick Jenkins and shit, man. But yeah, that was an unfortunate situation. But you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But yeah, I wasn't people. I've been again. People like to just bring up. People feel like they can just speak on anybody's name without, I mean, regardless of what their stature holds. You know what I'm saying? Like a person with a verified account, they feel like they empowered to, you know what I'm saying? They feel like they empowered to kind of like, you know, say whatever they want to say about an artist. You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they ain't looking for an artist to like come back at them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm that kind of guy. I'm very outspoken. I'm not gonna let you talk bad on my name at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't be seen on the internet just because you got a verified badge. You feel like you got the rights or the power to speak any kind of ill on my name. When I just seen you laying across like 8 chairs with your girl head with your head on your girl lap. You can't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even say nothing to you, but you on the internet gonna say Vic Spencer cheddar bob himself. You can't do that. You're not qualified to do that. Nobody's qualified to do that. So when I barked at him, then that's when it turned out into an all-out war in that sense. You know what I'm saying? And you know, what else could I say about it, man? I'm still here.
Yeah.
His ass.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of things transpired. You know what I'm saying during that beef. His mom tweeted me. He cut his hair. You know what I'm saying? Like we got him up out of here. He tried to put a diss record on my birthday that we was all laughing at because you know what I'm saying. He rapped on the discotheque beat and didn't do it like Jada did to Beanie Siegel. You feel me? So he he messed up his shot. And then when I dissed him again after that, he didn't respond. And people started looking me up. That's the thing. People started looking me up from this beef, and they looked at it like I was like doing a publicity stunt. You know what I'm saying? But in
Mm.
the inside, they was like, oh man, you can't get me to hate this dude because this dude is actually nice. You know what I'm saying? So people that learned about me from that diss, they went and looked me up and they saw that I was out here really working and a real reason to have like this this reason to come and attack me. But you know what I'm saying? I'm still here. You know, that's what I say about it. You know, he had to come and hit my phone and say, why every time I go somewhere or everywhere I go, they always bring up your name. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Because I'm that nigga. That's why. You know what I'm saying? That's he didn't know that. I guess he didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? And he had to go and apologize. You know what I'm saying? Like the beef that never was. So when he said that, it was the end of the story. You know what I'm saying? Then I seen him in Joe Fresh Goods store after that. We shook hands. But people don't have no real reason to not like my music or Vic Spencer in general. They just go off like what these, you know what I'm saying, these big guys that was once like the verified blue check brunettes is what I call them. You know what I'm saying? They was the ones that was kind of like whatever they said, it's like all high and mighty and shit. But now the tables turn, you know what I'm saying? So now it's you know what I'm saying, Vic Spencer is still here. That's what I'm saying.
but you'd say you guys are good now, basically.
Yeah, I mean,
Or there we
yeah.
go. Yes.
Everything is dead, but you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
It
It
was just so
definitely
funny to come across that. I had no idea. I was just looking through your music, and then, like, it popped up in my feed on, like, YouTube. I was like, "Oh my god." I was not expecting to
yeah,
find that.
yeah. Yeah, that's something that I don't want to represent, but it's definitely something that I had to endure and encounter. And I thought that he was supposed to get me up out of that, and he didn't do a good job. So here we are.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Did you
Yeah.
I'm guessing you followed, like, the Kendrick and, like, Drake beef or, like,
Oh
what are your
yeah.
opinion? What are your opinions on that? It's kind of been quiet for like a month or so now, yeah?
Hey, the guys that I argue with about the Drake and the Kendrick shit, they here right now. They here with me right now. You know what I'm saying? And I was disappointed in Drake because I thought that Drake would be a guy that would just be hella rapping his ass off in the shit. Although I know that Kendrick is the motherfucking problem. You don't want to bark up that tree, but let's see if he does it. Let's see if he do it. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna give him the kudos just for doing it. You know what I'm saying? But when you start, my opinion on the diss records nowadays, it's making it's like they cheating because they want to make the music for the clubs, but you dissing motherfuckers. So now you using the club scene, the dances and all that shit to get the win. And that's cheating to me. You know what I'm saying? So when people give Kendrick the W, it's like, how could you give him the W in that sense? You know what I'm saying? Or Drake, even him. Like, how could you even do that? And so that's why I'm disappointed in the whole thing. Like, that's why I ain't spent a lot of time on it. All I wanted motherfuckers to do was rap. Why you can't rap? Why do you have to use the clout past the disc records to Casanat, whoever dude is? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Why you got to do that? Why you just can't put it out? You know what I'm saying? Why you got to pass it on to people and middleman? Like, it's just too much antics. Leave that for the rap battles. You know what I'm saying? I come from an era where, you know what I'm saying, Common made bitching you, and that shit made more impact. Farrakhan had to come shut that down. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
Farrakhan ain't coming to shut no shit like this down.
Yeah.
This is a circus. You know what I'm saying? So that's that's my opinion on it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like a real battle. It was just like some clout chasing shit at the end of it. I wanted Drake to win. I wanted Drake. I played the Heart Par Six. I played the Heart Par Six more than anything from the
What?
album because
Oh.
I feel like that's the most rapping that I got out of anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody do no rapping. You know what I'm saying? Meet the Grams was cool, but I'm saying Kendrick beat his ass. At the end of the day, Kendrick
Yeah.
beat his ass. But I just wanted rapping from the whole thing. That's my whole thing about it. I just wanted rapping. I wanted rap. You can't if it ain't give me rap, so I just, you know, excluded myself out of it. I feel like rappers don't have like no real say so and like shit like that no more. I can't be seen talking about, yeah, I wanted Drake to win because because you know what I'm saying, people will be looking at people will be taking that serious. Like, times has changed. You can't say different things that you say in the 90s the same as like rooting for somebody. You can't be
Right.
seen rooting for these people, or people gonna try to gatekeep you through shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a tricky
Huh.
game, man. So, and that's what I'm saying. It's too many antics. It's, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted rapping. That's all I say about the shit. Like, I just want rap. I ain't want dance records. I didn't want Drake to do no dance records. I didn't want Kendrick to do Not Like Us. But look how impactful we got. Look, you know what I'm saying? Look what it did for
Yeah.
culture. You know what I'm saying? So that's impactful. So I can't take nothing away from that. He got it. Drake got his ass beat. You know what I'm saying? But you know, rapping is what I wanted. I wanted rap. I wanted rap over hard ass beats, Tuscan leather Drake,
Right.
diplomatic immunity Drake. That's what I wanted, and I wanted Duckworth Kendrick, and I wanted the other half of DNA Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? I wanted that version. I wanted HOC Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? I wanted Cushion Corinthians. You know what I'm saying? I wanted that. I didn't want all the antics. That's all I say about it.
You're like you were saying, they're obviously like considering their fan base when they were making their songs, but isn't that always what hip hop and making music is about, is like connecting with your fans, and like if your fans are like like the video where when Kendrick Lamar has like the white girl go on stage and she says the N-word and then everyone's like freaking out, but those are like Kendrick's fans, so doesn't it make sense for it to be a little bit more poppy or mainstream sounding? So I
I
don't
don't
know if
know, man.
it's
I mean, that's why. I mean, maybe it's my bias, naiveness. You know what I'm saying? I feel like rap disses or rap battles should stay in one essence, in one form, directly and over hard hitting beats. You know what I'm saying? I know
for sure.
that even I don't even look at back to back. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
Yeah.
not a diss record. If that wasn't a diss record, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it still would do the numbers that it's supposed to. If
Right.
Not Like Us was the diss record, it would still do the numbers that it's supposed to. Mustard is still on the radio. It's not like he missed the beat. You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel like you need to do that. But I just feel like it's the easy way out. It's the easy way out. You know what I'm saying? But to each his own. You know what I mean? It was fun while it lasted, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Ain't
Yeah.
nobody trying, you
You
know.
think it's over?
Yeah, I think it's over. Ain't
Ah,
nobody here. It's over with, man. Anybody looking for that shit to keep going is asking themselves, is beating over. They ain't got nothing else to do. That shit is over with. Yeah, that shit over with. Ain't nobody thinking about that shit. Like,
you
uh,
can go on Reddit though and find some crazy worm like rabbit holes of what's
oh yeah,
going on,
you
you
know what I'm
know?
saying? So, in being informative and being social about it, it's always gonna be room for that.
Yeah. Hip hop conspiracies.
Yeah, for
Amazing.
sure, for
So
sure. What?
you had an album called Sean Skemps, and Sean Kemp is from Seattle. So I was wondering if you have any ties to Seattle at all.
No, I don't have no ties to Seattle. You know what I'm saying? But what when I seen that Sean Kemp, the reason why I called it No Sean Kemp, it comes from a terminology that I made up within my crew for small ass blunts. You know what I'm saying? So when I say no Sean Skimps, that mean no skinny ass blunts. You know what I'm saying? So skimp is the skimpy ass blunts. You know what I'm saying? That's where Sean Skimps came from. You know what I'm saying? So Sean Kemp is just a name that's close to skimps. So I just use that shit as a good clever way to do it. Then out of nowhere, Sean Kemp got his own dispensary and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that shit is like a coinky dink. You know what I'm saying? That shit was hilarious. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh my god, that is so funny. Yeah, yeah. It's like one of the
yeah.
most popular because I'm a Seattle-based podcast, and like that's one of the most popular dispensaries in Seattle. So I was like, oh, there must
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
that's that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Dang. Have you ever been to Seattle
Yeah.
like to perform or anything
Nah.
though?
I
Wow.
want to that nah, that's one of my homies is out there, and then one of my homies who I'm with, he got some people out there. You know what I'm saying? So mine's gotta make their way.
Yeah. So yeah, let's. I just want to end like full circle to talk quickly then again about youth advocacy. So like,
Uh-huh.
what's it like during graduation season? Because I saw you post some tweets about it and how you're excited
Mhm.
for the people you've been working with. So what's that like?
Yeah, it's wonderful, man, because I got a chance to see these shorties actually grow. Like some of these kids that graduated this year is kids that when I first got into this particular school 4 years ago, I saw them grow from a freshman to a senior and graduate and do like real bad shit and still come back and persevere. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times I just be glad to champion them and remind them how they was once fucking up and then now they're doing very well. Like kids need to be reminded that they doing very well so they can continue to keep doing that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? I got kids that's liable to be walking around with guns right now asking me about job opportunities. If they calling me, that mean they not outside looking to rob nobody. And I feel like that's important throughout the whole shebang. You know what I'm saying? That's what I believe. I believe that, you know what I'm saying, if you keep on encouraging kids in the direction that they going, it'd be harder for them to fall off track. But if they just expose, you're gonna have a hard time showing them different things, and you got to work with them based on where they at in life. So if a kid wanna graduate and go to a trade school, then you know what I'm saying. We taking the shorties to trade uh like conventions, like with
Mhm.
conventions with number trades and different stuff like that. So we putting the kids on. Like that's what real advocacy is. Like kid want to be a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Who's a better advocate than me? You know what I'm saying? So I be trying to give work with producers that step they realm. So if you graduate, you get to work with this producer who worked with Pappy, you know what I'm saying? And they kids know who these people are and all of that. So, it works out in my favor.
Yeah. And last question: How does that working with the youth now affect and impact your music? You know, when you first started making music in the group home, you know, you kind of had to censor yourself, but now that you're kind of like a leader, do you feel like you have a job to um, be censored at all when you're making music, or
Nope. Nah,
consider,
I
or
always
how
be
does that affect?
myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, just be myself. I always try to separate the two,
Mhm.
but you know what I'm saying? If a kid go look my music up and see what I'm doing, they ain't gonna do nothing but be like, oh, that Vic ain't no uppity motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
easier to talk to him because he dressed like me. You know what I'm saying? He speak my language and he rap. You know what I'm saying? And he doing it good and he fresh as hell. So all of that stuff, when you start saying and this and that, it takes away from all the others. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the realness for sure. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything coming out soon that people can look forward to? And also, thanks again for coming on the
Uh,
show, man.
Appreciate you, man. I got something coming out. I got two albums actually that's about to drop. Uh, I don't know which is gonna drop first, but I got an album under the Ruck Down imprint, under my idol Sean Price. The Ruck Down Records, my debut. If I was signed to Duck Down, that's coming real soon. And I also got an album called Being a Bigger Person Sucks. That's about to come out real soon. I don't know which one of those is gonna drop first, but that's where I'm at in the tug of war with that. And that's just the realest that it can get for the upcoming releases.
Cool. And where
Yes,
can
sir.
people find your music, and where can they follow you at?
Everything Vic Spencer. I was old. I was young enough to get all the domains with Vic Spencer. So everything Vic Spencer. You know what I'm saying? I've been in the game long enough to be Vic Spencer. Everything. Twitter Vic Spencer. SoundCloud Vic Spencer. Bandcamp Vic Spencer. Apple Music Vic Spencer. Spotify. All that good shit. Vic Spencer. You feel me?
Hell yeah. This has been the NAST podcast with,
Vic Spencer. Ha ha.
and we did it.